How you guys doing today? Mark Franks here. Guys, today I want to talk about the new Cybertruck. It just came out recently. It's like a concept car that became a reality. So I'm thinking about getting this in maybe like 2 or 3 years, and I kind of want everybody to be the guinea pig first, work out the bugs, but I'm definitely thinking about getting the Cybertruck. Maybe not so much the stainless steel version. I really like the matte black. I probably would get the matte black with tinted windows. Oh, it looks great. So let's go over it today. Let's just do a quick review of the Cybertruck. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's do it. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the aesthetics of the Cybertruck. And this is the fun part, because the Cybertruck is kind of polarizing. Either you love it or you hate it. Either it's a masterpiece or it's hideous. You know, the Cybertruck looks like I would say like a triangle prism that, well, let's think about a stainless steel refrigerator that's shaped like a triangle prism with 4 tires in it. And then you have the Cybertruck, all right? So it's not very flattering. To me, it looks pretty good. You know, I'm thinking about purchasing this in the next couple years. And especially, again, the matte black, it just looks amazing on this vehicle. So again, it's definitely different, guys, definitely polarizing. So, you know, I wouldn't get it just to be like, oh, you know what, my car looks so good. But no, but to me, it's a good looking car. And if it's for you, go ahead and get it. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the specs. So with the Cybertruck and the Cyberbeast version, you can go up to 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds. It has a 320-mile range. It has 11,000 pounds of towing capacity. It has a 2,500 pounds of payload. So it's a beast in itself. Now that's gonna be at $96,000, so a little bit above what they said. But you want to get that's the best version. Guys, you can also put an extra battery inside that version to boost it up to about, I think it's somewhere around 470 miles. Now this extra battery that you can put into the trunk bed, that's gonna be about $16,000. That's a lot. That's like a small car. Like, come on, Tesla, if we can get that down, maybe $6,000 at least. But yeah, that's to get up to 470 mile range, that's a pretty hefty price. All right, but it comes in 2 more other versions. Now the basic version is not coming out to 2025. Guys, that's just gonna be the 2-wheel drive in the back, and I believe it's a range of 250 miles, and it can go from 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds. Now in the middle, and this is gonna be the all-wheel drive, this is probably the one that I'm gonna get, guys. It has a 340-mile range, so it has the most mile range. I believe you can go from 0 to 60 in about 4 seconds, guys. So, and it's a pretty good version. That's just the version that I'm gonna get, all right? So just the one in the middle, and it's a top speed on the one in the middle of 110. Now the Cyberbeast, that speed goes up to 130, but the one 110, I'm not really gonna take a truck up to 130. And I'm not racing my truck, and I'm not gonna be doing much payload, so I don't need an extra battery. So I can just go for the one that's in the middle. So you can charge, your supercharge, and you can get up to 128 miles, supercharge in about 15 minutes. That's not bad. A lot of people complain about Teslas charging a long time. It doesn't take that long to charge. All right, you get a good 20-25 minutes, you get used to it, and you don't have to be at the charge all the time. You can go to the charger and stay for about 5 to 10 minutes and still get a good charge, still get up to 100 and something miles. You're good to go. All right. All right, so let's talk about the interior. So it's sporting a big horizontal 18.6, and I believe that's right, 18.6 screen in the front, guys. It has tons of technology, and the back screen is gonna be 9.4. So if anybody who's in the back, they can watch the screen as well. It has this new steering by wire. So instead of the steering wheel being connected to the wheels, well, with this car, you have the steering wheel connected by wires, so it's a little bit different. I've seen a bunch of videos. It's just a little bit. The turn radius is actually very good, and it's just a little weird. It takes some time to kind of get used to it as far as the turn radius, because you can really turn this thing very seamlessly. All right, so And that's great. The interior looks good, very spacious. I believe it has that moon roof. You can see the entire sky, so that's great. You have the windshield wipers, which is about 4 feet. It's like the biggest windshield wipers you'll ever see. So, but that's great too. You have one big windshield wiper. So it definitely looks like something out of the future, something that's like 2060 or something like that. All right, so be ready for that. Be ready for a very futuristic vehicle. All right, in the back seats, you have a lot of room in the back seats. You can just get in there, be comfortable, not have a problem at all. Now let's talk about the rear view mirror in the back window. So the back window is not that big, so visibility is already going to be kind of low, but when you close the trunk's cover, then it's going to completely blacken out that rear view, that back window. So Tesla was pretty smart. They went ahead and put a digital camera in the back. So when you're driving and you have your trunk cover closed, the digital camera will always be on your screen. The rear view mirror will be on your screen. So instead of looking at the rear view mirror, you'll be looking at the screen. It's going to be a camera on there. Now it may be a little bit different at first, but I'm pretty sure you'll get used to it. Now, also what will be a little different is the gearbox. So the gearbox is up above and you have to press, with reverse, drive. And that's going to be a little bit different because we're used to the gearbox being down here, or we're used to the gearbox being on the steering wheel. So, but this is a truck of the future, so we can expect some differences there. Now the bed, guys, the trunk bed is about 6 by 4, 6 feet in length and 4 feet in width. It has the little trunk cover, automatic trunk cover. I find that pretty cool. So it has 120 volts and 240 in the back. So you can plug in your tools, or you 240, you can actually charge another Tesla. 240 is great. You know what, Tesla, what you guys could probably do, and this is just an idea. So the trunk cover that comes, that folds down, you can make that trunk cover into a solar panel, a foldable solar panel, and you can probably get about 400 or 500 watts just on that trunk cover. It's 6 to 4 feet. And then you can probably have that help charge the car. Now, obviously, 500 watt solar panel is not going to be able to charge that car in no time, but you can have a detachable solar generator and have it charge that, and then you can take it off, and on that generator it can be a 110, 120, or 240. So you can take that generator and charge another Tesla or charge other things if you're going camping. So you guys can do that as well. I'm pretty sure the boys in the kitchen's been thinking about that, but that's another option that can be on the Cybertruck, which I think is very cool. All right, so but other than that, guys, the suspension, I have to put the specs on here. I believe it can go from up to 17 inches in suspensions, but I'll put some of the specs of where I'm missing that at. So that's pretty cool if you're going off-road. It's actually very good, so you can take the Tesla Cybertruck on any different terrain. Now again, the payload on here is going to be 2,500 pounds, so you can put whatever you need to put in the trunk, guys, and keep on going. And the towing capacity is about 11,000 pounds. Now also, the exterior shell of the Cybertruck is hard. I mean really hard, guys. You could take a sledgehammer and hit it and you won't see any marks or anything like that. So if someone runs into you or someone tries to hit you with a cart or something, it's not going to really leave much damage. So that's a pretty good thing. Now the windows are shatter resistant, and you can throw a baseball at the window and it will not break. Now I don't recommend trying that because we know what happened last time. It wasn't a baseball, but still, I don't know about trying it. They said it's good with hail. So you Texas folks, especially ones that live in Dallas, those windows can take a good hailstorm. So I do like that. But this thing is tough as nails. Not only is it just rigid and robust, it's also bulletproof. Now the glass is not bulletproof, so don't go Grand Theft Auto, guys. But the shell itself is bulletproof, and it's just an overall great vehicle. Like Tesla, well done. Like well done with this vehicle. Also on the inside, they changed it from 12 volt to 48 volt. And anybody who knows a little bit about wires, if you go from 12 to 24, you don't have to use thicker wires. Now, when I was doing my solar shed, I had thicker wires because I was using a 12 volt system. So I think I used 10 gauge wires. So it makes it thick so that the amperage won't burn my wires. All right, now obviously when you go on 48 volts, you're increasing the volts. So you have smaller wires, guys, and when you increase the volts, you decrease the amps. So the amps are decreased and you can have tiny or smaller wires, and that'll cut back on weight. Plus a 48-volt system is much more powerful. So great job, Tesla. I think this is one of the first vehicles that's sporting 48 volts inside its cabin. So that's actually pretty cool. Tesla, the Cybertruck is amazing. I will be getting it most likely. I'll see what my wife has to say about it, but I will be getting it. It's pretty big. So I believe it's 6,800 pounds altogether. So it's I think right along with the Ford Lightning or a regular F-150 or F-250. So let's talk about the door handles on the Cybertruck. Well, there are none. So with the Cybertruck, instead of a door handle, you have to push a button on the windowsill to open the door. So when you push this button, it'll open it slightly, then you have to open up the rest with your hands. Now this is a stainless steel vehicle, so there's gonna be handprints all over it. And that's one reason why I'm glad I want to get the matte black, so I can kind of hide those handprints, and you know, because I don't want to be just driving down the road in a nice Tesla Cybertruck and there's a bunch of fingerprints on my vehicle like a bunch of kids have been playing on it. So that's something that's a little iffy. But I have heard that they're having some type of mechanism where your door automatically open when you get close to the car. Maybe it'll sense your phone or something and the door automatically open. But I don't know how much it'll open. Maybe it'll just kind of open a little bit, then you have to touch it again with your hands. That's a little up in the air for me. But let's also talk about the frunk. Now the frunk it's kind of shallow. I saw the Marcus Brownlee video. You can kind of fit a carry-on bag in the front. You're not gonna be fitting much in there. I know the Tesla Model 3 frunk is a little small as well. And the Model S has a really big frunk, so I can fit a lot in there. But this, it's a little shallow, but given I thought the Cybertruck was going to be a little bit bigger, but hey, that's okay. I mean, it's still many features on this. I'm not really too much worried about the frunk. So the Cybertruck also has a feature where you can plug your Cybertruck into your home. So if you have a power outage, you can essentially plug your Cybertruck into your home and it can give you power. Now the capacity is up to 11 kilowatts, so that's just enough to keep your lights on and keep some appliances working. Now my only debacle about that, guys, is I don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't know if it's gonna be like a grid tie inverter or some type of cutoff box, because if your power goes out and the workers are working on your lines, what you're essentially doing is you're putting power back on the grid, which can be kind of dangerous for the workers. So I'm sure Tesla's going to have some type of like box or some type of cutoff feature, so to keep them from getting electrocuted. But overall, if your power goes out, you essentially have a portable generator in your garage or a portable generator in your yard. And I think that's pretty cool. That's actually a very neat and handy and useful feature. All right, so lastly, I kind of want to talk about the prices here a little bit. Now, if you plan on getting a basic model, which is going to come out in 2025, that's going to be around about $50,000. Now, I am rounding. Now, if you want to get the all-wheel drive, that's going to be, and this is 110 mile per hour max, and 0 to, I believe, 4.5 seconds. If you're going from 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, and it has the 340 mile range, that's gonna be about $68,000. And then you have the Cyber Beast, which is gonna be about $96,000. And again, this is 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds. It's 320 mile range, and it has a top speed of 130 miles per hour. So guys, that's just the prices. Now prices are subject to change, so we'll see what happens in the next couple of years. But I'm just gonna be sitting back, watching everybody, watching the people that purchase it, watch what they go through and see kind of what happens there. And then I'll go ahead in for the kill. I'll go ahead and purchase mine. Well, that's it. You guys have a great day. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave all your questions and concerns down below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.